Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Hello everybody and welcome along to the 5th round of AOR Hype Energy F1 Leagues for Xbox One. This is the last European round of the night, and tonight we arrive at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix, the home of British Motorsport and also the home of AOR as well. I am Jess and I'm usually just streaming for this tier, but I am standing in for Andy in the commentary box tonight, as Andy has been at Barcelona watching the Spanish Grand Prix. Don't worry, I won't give you any spoilers for those of you that haven't watched it. I hope he has a good time and he will be back next week. The British Grand Prix was the first race of the F1 Championship back in 1950 and has hosted the British Grand Prix more than 50 times and has definitely given some action to enjoy. We're already halfway into the championship and it's CRG Evo and Veloce Surprise level on points by taking 2 wins each, 1 second place each and a 3rd place each. Surprise came to win last time in Austria, and it's going to be a very tight finish between these two as to who is going to shine in Britain. We've also seen last week Leopard gain P2 as well, which just goes to show that he can challenge the rivals up ahead of him as well. And in the real life 2019 British Grand Prix, if Lewis Hamilton gets pole, he would equal the record of the most driver to actually score the most poles in his Grand Prix, which is pretty amazing. So the tyres we have on offer today is the yellow softs, the white mediums and the blue hards. The blue hards are not going to be used as much this weekend, so a lot of people are going to do the one-stop strategy and do either soft to mediums or medium to soft. The only people that will go on the hards will be people that will probably have trouble on the first lap. You can see lap times on the screen, but that was set before season 16. We've already seen a lot of people, including tonight, reach the 1:25. So I know we'll probably see a lot of people that like that tonight. So here is the 5.8 kilometre circuit, which has a lot of DRS zones. Actually 3 DRS zones, one across the Hannah Straight as well, and lots of other tricky corners to manoeuvre. This is a really popular action zone going through because of the corner with Formula Danny and Mad Sorensen as well in the Sauber. So let's get straight to qualifying. Let's go. So here we go then, we've got 16 drivers on the circuit and it is a dry qualifying, which is going to be a relief at the moment. We're already starting to see times on the board. We've got ESR Amazed, who has just set the first lap time with a 1:27.3, but CRG Simon has already gone up there and set a very good lap time off the bat with a 1:25.4, which is good because that is what we could expect times to be tonight. We could see someone go into the cheeky 1:24. So let us know in the comments on the stream who you think is going to get pole tonight. Now, a lot of overtaking opportunities today, especially during the DRS straight. We've got the Wellington straight, we've got possibly through Cox, but it could be a little bit too ambitious a little bit there. The Hanger straight, Stowe, Abbey. There's literally a lot of overtaking opportunities, and that's why a lot of people like this track. It's also home Grand Prix to a lot of the drivers here today. Not to Melanie, not to Evo. Evo is German, so he is looking to support the British People's Party, in particular his main rival in the championship, Veloce Surprise, which are, like we said earlier on, they're both level on points, and it replicates what we're seeing in real life pretty much, in real life on who's P1 and P2 in the championship. I'm not going to spoil too much of what happened in the Spanish Grand Prix, but trust me, the Mercedes did dominate in terms of strategy today, so should be a good one. So, Veloce Surprise on pole at the moment with CRG Simon in P2. So, a lot of the times I've seen on the PC was a 125, so that was good. And ESR Amazed got a 5th place grid penalty with a collision with AOR Frangbridge. Now, don't know what happened there, but hopefully someone can give me a view on that. Now, good to see OMG is Joe's back this week. Unfortunately, he had controller/wheel problems last time about, but he is back for business and wants to challenge the 2 Mercedes. Now, it probably might be too late to challenge for the championship, but you never know. The 2 Mercedes might make mistakes this race, and he could be a one to pounce as well. And Joe is usually really good with his tyres, and he's usually quite good around here. As he's going towards sets 2, and he's going through Cox Corner quite well here, actually, as well. So I'm just going to get my track map up so I know which corners are which. There we go. So we're going through Maggots and Beckett's, Atton Chapel, going through the DRS straight, and going through the Hannah straight, which we can see a lot of people try and make a very good manoeuvre. And I don't think he's going to be on the lap. He's got his DRS closed at the moment. But he might just get a cheeky lap in. No, he's not. He's going into the pits. So I'm just trying to see who I can follow, who's on a lap currently. Everybody literally pretty much is going into the pits. We got more so on the lap right now. Yep, he's running out of fuel though. So it's going to be, I think, a bit risky for him to get a lap now as he goes through Stowe. He's in the Williams car. Now, him in the championship, he hasn't been doing that bad. He is currently in the standings. He's 15th. But he didn't race last week. His best finish was 10th in the points, so he can improve a little bit of consistency, I think, as well. Leopard is in 4th as well. Obviously got a podium last time about. He's looking to score possibly one better. Maybe he can challenge Mercedes as well. Maybe he could take the win. We'll have to wait and see. There's so many possibilities so far in this championship because these are the fastest guys on Xbox, most of them. So, you know, it's pretty darn good. And we've got a prediction that a few predictions that we got. Surprise will win and take pole. That is from Smasher Sam. So get your predictions in, guys. I will try my best to feature as many predictions as I can. So we've got Melanie going on his outlap as well. I think Rosberg's on his outlap as well. Leopard is still staying out. I think he's going to go into the pits because, yep, he is going into the pits right now. But his rivals Evo and Simon are also on his outlap. Veloce Surprise still in the pits as well. So between the rest of the field, between the 2 Mercedes, they're dominating with between 36 points between them and Leopard. But Leopard is really, really close to Pinecone, and Simon is very close to Pinecone as well. So it's going to be quite a close championship on that front. Only 4 drivers this season have not scored points. That is Apex, Aero, Amazed, Burnout can't make it tonight, and Restive. Now Restive only attended 1 race this season. I believe that was China. So hopefully he can go back at some point. Now let's just see who's on a lap. We got no hot lap tonight, so we're going to see who's on a lap at this stage. So we're riding on board with CRL Rosberg, who took pole last time about in Austria. But unfortunately his strategy didn't work too well for him last time about, so he's looking to score some good points. He's been very consistent actually. Every race he's scored points, and that is absolutely great to see. He is P8 in the championship right now, so that is good. He got P8 in Australia, he got P6 in Bahrain, he got P7 in China, and he got P10 in Austria. So hopefully he's looking to go one better at some point as well. So we've also got Surprise, Simon, Evo. They're on their outlaps as well. They're on their laps as well. So I'll keep an eye on those as soon as Rosberg crosses the line. So he's going through the Hannah Straight right now. He's set to 2 with his 27.1. He's just about to go through Stowe at the moment, taking that long right-hander. And it's very tricky actually. He's run just a little bit wide actually as well. He's going to go through Vale. He's just gone past Dale now, and then he's going to cross around Club Corner. Wants to start finish straight. Is he going to improve? He improves by 6/10, which is pretty good. Let's see what the other guys can do. CRG Evo, can he improve? He's on sector 2. I'm just going to see if anyone's third on the lap than him. We've got CRG Simon. He is on, I think he's, yeah, he's further else on the lap. So let's follow him as he goes through the Hannah Straight as well. He did very well on Tuesday. If you were watching the esports race, he won for the first race in the world, which was very good to see. I was very proud, and I also got a prediction right, actually, which was quite nice of him. So he is, I think, hungry. He's going a bit slowly, I think, so I don't think he's going to get a faster lap in. So let's go on board with the Mercedes, the CRG Evo, as he goes past Club. What lap time is he going to set? He is on pole at the moment. He improved by 1/10 of a second. What about his teammate, Veloce Surprise? He's going past the Hangar Straight and going into Stone now. We just got past the Renault. And then approaching Del now, going to the right-hand side, getting the best possible exit you can here. He really needs this. Joe getting the fastest lap out of nowhere. 1:25.4. Times are going in really thick and fast here at Silverstone. Veloce Surprise gets a 1:25.2. So wow, that is a fast lap from Veloce Surprise. He has set the benchmark so far. I'm seeing who else could be on a lap. Pinecone could be potentially, but he's got the fuel flashing. No, he's not. He's 40. He improved by 42,000. He's 6th. How about Leopard as he's going towards Cops Corner, going through the long, straight past that field and Woodcote, and then going through to this very tight set of corners. Maggots and Beckett and Chapel. A few people can get lost there, so. But that is where we can see a lot of people who don't make too many mistakes make some moves here. As he goes through Stone now, he's not looking too bad at the moment. He's running low on ERS. He's balancing his ERS fine as well. As he's going towards Vale, just to see what happens. I love his helmet, by the way. A little bit of a lock-up from Leopard. Let's just see where he goes as he goes through Club. The final corner, what lap time can he do? He is in 8th, he improves by 2/10 of a second. So let's just look at the gap quickly to lead up. There we go. It's between the top 8 separated by 5/10, and then the top 10 separated by 6/10. So that is pretty close. So it is not over yet. Literally any one of these guys could get pole. As long as they find a few tenths, it should be fine. But Joe splitting the 2 Mercedes already is pretty impressive, and he's looking for that as most people are going into pits right now. Jason is still, I think he's on a lap. No, he's not. He's going into the pits. How about VSR Infamous? What is he doing? Infamous going through Stowe. Oh, he's running quite low on the RS, but he's probably going to go to the pits as well. Yes, he is. Leopard. Oh, that was a bit of a jump there from VSR Infamous. I'm not sure if it was lag coming from me or was lag coming from him. I don't know. But as you can probably tell, I am starting to lose my voice. I've got a bit of a cold. But we are powering through as Beefer is in the Renault. I think he's on a lap at the moment. And he's running on low ice at the moment just to make sure he manages it correctly. Go through the Hannah Straight. He has been quite good as well recently. A lot of battles we've seen recently were with him, especially last week, which was good to see as well. He hasn't scored any points yet this season though, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that he does score some points. We've got Leopard going into the pits as well. Literally everybody is going into the pits. There's nobody out, so, well, to be honest, if I was you, some people would go out now if they want to avoid a bit of traffic. They want to get a clean lap in, but the track is starting to evolve quite a lot. I was trying to think of the right word to say that. And we see a Force India going out. Let me just see who that is. That might be Apex Aero. Yes, that is. So it's Apex Aero out as well. So as he comes out as well. Also, let us know in the comments, in the chat, if you have raced in AOR tonight. Tell us how your race has gone. Did you get any points? Did you do better than you expected? Let us know. So it is quite quiet on the circuit at the moment, but I'm just going to see actually what everyone's on the softs, and that is the hardest compound available. Well, literally it's one stop anyway, guaranteed, and the softs have the most grip. Now, I need to check the Twitter chat. Someone was meant to send me a notification on what the weather is like to be. No, but I haven't got any clear indication, so it looks like it's going to be a dry race as well. If you're watching Oceania this morning, it was full wets, which ended up being very crazy at times, but it didn't cause that much chaos. But a lot of people were struggling, and then it did go to winters in the end. So I wonder if we'll see something similar in terms of strategy today on how much they manage their tyres effectively as well. And shame we haven't seen the blue tyres yet, but again, we won't see that at all this race unless someone damages themselves in that one. The hards could pretty much go to the end of the race, I think. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the hards can definitely go to the end. So yes, as Apex Aero is going on the lap at the moment, as everyone is going on that lap and going on to a set of softs. So Apex Aero is looking to improve on his lap then. Now I've got a bit of the rev glitch from him, I think, so I'm not going to go on board with him. Actually, no, I've not got the rev glitch on, and that's fine. It's probably him short shifting, so that's okay. It's all good. He's going as well. OMG, it's Joe. He's out on the lap at the moment. I'm actually going to see where he is on track. Where is he? Let me just have a look. OMG, Joe is in sector 1 right now, so I'm going to stay on board with Apex Aero as he goes through Luffield and about to go through Cops. And he's got to find a bit more time to make sure he gets into the top 10. If you're new to AOR, if you're new to Online League Racing in general, the top 10 will have to start on the side that they set their fastest lap on. So for everyone, it will be on the softs. I think the big people in the bottom half will probably want to start on the soft anyway. But there might be people that want to do a cheeky medium to softs as well. Because sometimes the alternate strategy does work. In some races, we have seen that. China was pretty much a memorable race for me because the race started wet, but it was dry tyres. So it definitely threw a spanner in the works. As Apex Aero does not improve, I don't think. But let's see. Let's go on board with Joe. We've got 25 seconds remaining of qualifying. He's going through, approaching Club now. He's got Rosberg right behind him as well. He's going to get a bit of toe from Nan. Joe will have time to set another lap. What lap time is he going to do now? He improves by 69, but I don't think it's invalid, so I don't know. You'll have time to set one more lap anyway. Evo's going through Maggots. How about Veloce Surprise? Let's just quickly jump and see where he is on track. He's a lot further on the lap than Evo. So let's go on board with Evo. Our joint championship leader. He won season 16 champion. He's looking to retain his title. He's been having a very good season. A very good 2019 in terms of Online League Racing is concerned. Can he improve that? A 125.1. Wow. If you think anyone was going to improve on Veloce Surprise, I wouldn't think so. But Evil just smashed it there. How about Veloce Surprise? We've got Joe as well. Veloce Surprise is going through Stowe. He's got to find some time. It's looking pretty good as well. He can use all the ERS to the line. That's his advantage at the moment. We've got to go through Club. The flags are flying in the grandstand for the Welshman. Veloce Surprise. Can he get pole of his teammates? At the moment, yes. But what about OMG's Joe? I think he's slowing down. Infamous has retired. Let's see who else could be on the lap that could challenge them. CLG Simon is on 1. He improves to 4th, but not quite enough. How about Pinecone? Nope. Oh, Pinecone improves to 4th. So Pinecone beats Joe there. No, I mean Simon. So that has split the two McLarens. Joe wasn't able to split the two Mercedes. So for a lot of the time this season, it is a Mercedes 1-2. Just like in real life qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix. What a mega lap from Veloce Surprise. But look how close it is between Veloce Surprise and CLG Evo. 4,000 of a second. They are evenly matched, I've got to say. And yeah, I do predict it's going to be very tight for the championship, and it's probably going to go down to the wire, go down to the final race, I think. And I did see a Sauber bin it. I don't know where, but so who are we waiting for? I think we were waiting for. Oh, that's where he's done that. It might be his AI. I don't know. Joe's in the pits. Oh, there we go. He's retired. That's okay. That's all good. So we are set for a very good race then. I hope you are all looking forward to it. Fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be a very, very good ride. So we are about to get the standings for you right now as they load up on my screen. There we go. So Veloce Surprise takes pole from his teammate Evo in P2. We've got Joe in P3. We've got Pinecone in 4th. Simon in 5th. Leopard in 6th. Brown in 7th. Morso in 8th. Jason in 9th. And Rosberg rounding up your top 10. They will have to start on the tyres they qualified on. But the ones with free choice today are Infamous in 11th. Then it's Beefer, Melanie, Aero, Amazed, and Franglish. But before we go anywhere to the race, let's have a quick word from our sponsor, Hype Energy. Okay, so here we are back in Silverstone for the race, and it's not looking sunny as it was in qualifying. It is quite cloudy so far on the circuit. No drops of rain, which is going to be a relief for the drivers as well. So it is looking like it's going to be all dry tyres for the entirety of the race as well. So it should be very, very exciting to see who's going to come out on top between Surprise and Evo. Can Joe get a good launch off the start and split the two Mercedes, or could any of the other guys do well as well? We got P1R Brown. He got one win in Monaco last season. Could he be up there? We'll have to find out. Could Leopard gain his first win of the season as well? There's literally so many things to think about as well as we are about to get running with this race then. So for those who just joined us, welcome to the Xbox One Tier 1 for the British Grand Prix. I am filling in for Ginger Andy tonight, and we're going to get about to get the tyres up quickly. There we go. So everybody except Melanie, Aero and Amazed are starting on the soft tyres. So I've got a cheeky thing to show you right now. I've got the lovely pit strategy that people can expect to do this race. So if people are starting on the softs, which what most people are going to do, they're going to pit around lap 7 to 9 and go on the mediums. But due to the tyre patch, it could be a lot later, probably about laps 10 and 11. And the ones who start on the mediums, they're likely to pit around lap 16 to 18, or maybe to lap 20, and then go on to the softs. So that is predicted pit strategy today. And I wonder if any of the medium runners can try and catch up to the top guys. It's looking quite cloudy at the moment, but you never know. It could change. It could be all nice and sunny again, but we'll just have to find out as well. Here's the last European race of the night, and hopefully it will go out with a bang, as most races have done in this tier this season. It's been great to watch behind the scenes whilst I was doing the cameras. It was always some great action, but this time I'm doing both the cameras and the commentary tonight, so should be interesting. Qualifying was close. Will the race pace be close as well? Will Veloce Surprise get a good launch of the line? We'll have to find out in due course. Or will Evo get the run for his teammate like we saw Hamilton with Bottas at the Spanish Grand Prix in turn 1? So I wonder. Very interesting thoughts and predicaments here, and let us know your thoughts. Let us know your race predictions in the chat below. There's people rooting for Franglish, a few people rooting for Veloce Surprise as well, so it's good to see a few fans rooting for your favourite drivers. Now let's just see what happens as everyone is going to line up on the grid to start this 26 lap race is going to be a very cracking race. Hope you will enjoy the race. The 5 red lights are about to go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Are you ready? And we are underway for the British Grand Prix. It looks like it's an even start for the Mercedes, but Joe's got a very good start. He is right behind the 2 Mercedes already going into turn 1. Incredible stuff. Pinecone as well having a good start. We're already having some contacts already in the midfield as we're already seeing a few drop-in positions. As Simon is up into second. He just got past Evo quite considerably as well. We also got Morso fighting his way with Pinecone and Rosberg as well. Morso is going to try and defend off the inside as well. A lot of changing positions already. We can already see a train. P1R Brown, actually no, it's not Rosberg, it's P1R Brown who got that position. I don't want to be a Crofty and get the names mixed up wrong, but there we go. It's Veloce Surprise who is still leading with Simon in second, Evo third, Joe fourth. Wow, what a very interesting turn of events for this Grand Prix so far, and Evo needs to get his act together, but knowing him, he could use the hunger in his eyes and he could possibly make his way past CRG Simon. Simon is on true form at the moment and he's going to be right behind Veloce Surprise pretty soon. Not quite close enough at the moment, but look at Evo. Evo is within, it's not DRS yet, but he's in with a touching distance of CRG Simon. Going through club now, they're all going to go through very, very tightly. Actually, it's going to still be quite a long train going into turn 1. Looks like they're all right. Beaver has dropped it down into 12th as well. So I don't think he's had a good race so far this race. I think everyone has not pitted, which is good, which means there's hardly any damage, which is good to see. So I don't think we will see any hard tyres, which is probably going to be a relief, I think, so far for these guys. And the gaps are starting to tumble a little bit, but we'll just have to wait and see. We've got VSR Infamous in 10th place. He's right behind Rosberg as well. So let's just follow him as well. We'll keep an eye on the battles going on as well as he dives it in almost over Rosberg. Very, very tight entry. He almost had it there. The Rosberg defends well and Rosberg keeps position. Going through Cox now. Let's see what Rosberg can do defensive-wise. Can Infamous get a liner? He needs to overtake him. Not quite yet. He's going to go through Maggots and Beckett's pretty soon. You can't afford to go too wide on there because that is where a lot of people can make mistakes and possibly a chance for Infamous to claw back if Rosberg makes a mistake. But looks like Rosberg is very clean so far going through the Hannah straight. He's got Jason 97 F1 right behind him as well. So Jason is already catching up like a hawk at the moment. And we also got right at the back Morso and P1R Brown also fighting. We've got Frank with Gennaro right at the back as well fighting. There's literally battles going everywhere on the circuit at this stage. It's good to see Veloce Surprise already pulling away from some of the guys. But look at the gaps. They're all the gaps within a second of each other, which is pretty good to see. Morso still on the back of Brown as he goes through. We're going through sector 1. Simon is not close enough to Veloce Surprise yet, but look at Joe on Leopard though as they go side by side going into the end part of sector 1. Looks like Joe manages to hold on, but look at Leopard though. Leopard's on the charge, but Leopard is also under pressure from Pinecone as well, so Leopard has lost hugely there. Pinecone now up into 5th. Pinecone is going to see if he can challenge Joe now. Pinecone is on form as well as he goes through Cops, so a lot of changing positions now. Let's see who has gained the most positions so far. If I look at changing positions, there we go. So Simon has had the dream start. He's gained 3 positions. Evo, Joe and Pinecone both dropped 1 position. Jason's dropped 2. Manley's dropped 2. Rosberg and Infamous gained 1. And Frangwish has gained 2. Everyone else has pretty much stayed where they are. Looks like Leopard was looking to go through another move through Stowe, but could not quite make it on this occasion. Unfortunately, he could try through Vale now, but not quite. As Pinecone still manages to stay ahead. We can still see Simon closing in. It's now 3/10 per second, now 2/10. Let's watch Simon and Veloce Surprise actually, but we'll keep an eye on the battle between Leopard and Pinecone and possibly P1R Brown as well. We've got our first time penalty of Rosberg. He's got a 3-second time penalty. Usually sometimes in the British Grand Prix, sometimes in these races in AOR, it gets decided on penalties, and we really don't want that. We really want some of the drivers to be as clean as possible, which is what these guys are showing right now. Simon is really catching up, isn't he? He's doing really well on his tyres. His ERS, he's managing perfectly. Feels like he has more grip going through crops. It's just great, and also surprises matching lap times as well. So it's going to be even Stevens. I don't really know who's going to get the move done here. It's going to be tight. It's nice to see Simon fighting. It's usually either surprise in Evo or surprise or Joe or Evo Joe, but this time it's a surprise in Simon. Who would have predicted that at the start of me streaming, eh? But we have to wait and see as he goes through Stone. Now DRS is now unable. Is Simon going to get the launch that he needs? Not at the moment in front of Surprise. We've got some great chain right at the back. We've got Jason I7 F1 right behind Ciara Rosberg for the last point as well, going through Vale now that he's very, very tight actually through that as well. But if I do see a battle going for the lead, I will change it to that, but the battle for the points is just important as well. Jason I7 was looking to go through the right hand side of Rosberg, but unfortunately did that not quite happen. He's probably going to have another chance in the next DRS straight. So let's jump back to our battle for the lead. This could be Simon's next big opportunity. No, not quite. He's got to make the move soon, just like in real life, because otherwise Evo is going to catch up, and Evo could get past CRG Simon and make it a Mercedes 1-2. This is what we've seen in the real life Spanish Grand Prix, where the two Ferraris basically were held up by each other, to be honest. One where Leclerc got held up by Vettel, and then another point where Vettel got held up by Leclerc. So hopefully Simon doesn't get involved in this situation, because he really needs to make the move now. But I know he's got hunger in his eyes and he can do it, but he's going to be on full defensive mode as well as Evo is right side by side with him as well. Let's ride on board with CRG Evo as we're going to get a better view from his cockpit at the moment, going through Vale at the moment. It is very tight towards the front, which is great to see. In some of the races we've seen the leaders fly away from everyone, but not this week. So it is just even Stevens as well, but also OMG's Joe is not that far behind Evo as well, so Joe can come into the picture as well. I think the only gaps which are more than a second is Jason I7 F1 and Melanie as well. Everyone else is just under a second, which is pretty darn decent. So on lap 20, no, we're not lap 26, what am I on about? Lap 6 of 26 then. Simon really has to fight for it right now, but I don't think he's going to do it on this occasion. He might do it through the hangar straight. I won't be surprised if he does, to be honest with you. Just goes to show Surprise really good defensiveness in his car. He likes Britain. He wants to win his home Grand Prix. And Surprise is going to do all he can to try and get that win. But Simon is even more hungry as well. So, and I think I think Simon is closer to Veloce Surprise than Evo is to Simon right now, I think. As the Maze is right at the back at P16, and he's got his first time penalty. Actually, it might have been his second. I really should have noted down the penalties, but there we go. I don't think I did, so next time if I commentate on any AOR race again, I will do that. So going through sets 1, we're still having a huge train between these guys, so it'll be interesting to see when they pit. We're in the pit window now for the soft runners to go on to the mediums. Probably lap 10 I could expect people to go on to. And we don't have any clear indication on the weather, so it's going to be a surprise for all of us, I think. So watch out. It's looking to stay dry though, but the temperatures are getting cooler as we speak. So it's going to be very difficult for the drivers to set fastest laps after fastest laps, but will be easier on the tyres. They won't have to push as hard. And Frangwish is not that far behind Beaver at the back as well. We've seen Frangwish battle quite a lot last week in Austria with quite a few people. It was great to see him up there in the mix as well. Usually if you are at the back but have loads of battles, usually the battles are better than instead of where you finish, because usually the battles are the best. What am I saying? I'm getting my words mixed up again. I don't want to turn into Crofty, I really don't. But anyway, Simon is finding more time on Veloce Surprise now. But here is Frangwish right on the back of Beaver. And also Beaver's got DRS range over Rosberg as well. So they're both going to get DRS around the final straight just past Club. So let's see what Frangwish is able to do. Through turn 1, not quite. That was the DRS straight that they've added quite recently, which for some of the drivers they found tricky, for some of the drivers they loved. Now, let's see where Simon is in relation to Veloce Surprise right now. Not quite close enough again, but they're still being on each other for pretty much the whole race so far. So you never know what's going to happen. It may come to pit stops, and it may come to penalties as well. Simon has had a few penalties in the past. He has to keep it a clean race as well. But looks like he is right now. He hasn't got any penalties right now. As Frangwish has got a penalty. So that is his first. But I don't think we've got any penalties from the top four at the moment. So that is good. As OMG's Joe is in the pits. And we see someone else going to the pits as well. That is LCR Leopard and P1R Brown and VSI and Famous in the pit as well. So Joe making a jump ahead of his teammate of CRG Simon. We'll be covering for him. All the pit crews are ready to go then. It is quite a long way to the McLaren pit box. Oh my god, he's getting hauled up. What is happening with Joe? Oh, that is fine. It must have been a glitch there. But here we go. Joe is in the pits. He's gone out. So is Leopard right behind Joe. P1R Brown. They're all really tight up together. These lot coming up pretty quickly as well. So Mays has retired from the session. Really unfortunate for Mays. He has had a lot of DNFs this season. He is not going to be happy with this DNF, I can tell you that. On lap 9 now. The two Mercedes have not pitted yet. And they can't pit at the same time unless they do a double stat like Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton did in China, which is probably not going to happen. But that will allow Simon. Simon might stretch the gap a little bit, you never know. See how much they can push their tyres. I won't be surprised if Simon goes to the pit this lap, just like his teammate Joe. Or will he stretch it out for one more lap? As Simon tried to go past Veloce Surprise. As Surprise goes into the pit, Simon stays out. I thought it would be the other way around. I thought Simon would stay out and Surprise will stay out and Simon will go in. So that is a shocker. Simon wants to stretch out his tyres as long as possible. And now Evo can catch up to Simon. So I wonder if Evo can get ahead of Simon. Now, wow, that is interesting. I thought Pineco was going to get a jump on Veloce Surprise there. But no, he's not. He's back where he is. Surprise is in the pits. Let's just see what tyres he has gone on to. I think a lot. Let me just check the tyres actually. Go on to tyres. There we go. Mediums. Everyone pretty much going on to the mediums. Pretty much until the end of the race. So how long can he stretch these? It can go to the end. But when they die in towards the end, it could cause a bit of trouble. But I think the victory is pretty much in Surprise's hands right now, unless he makes mistakes. He's driving very cleanly so far. But meanwhile, Evo is on the back of Simon. It's not going to do his tyres any good. He'll probably have to pit next lap anyway. I won't be surprised if Simon and Evo pit the next lap. Well, let's watch the battle for the lead between CRG Simon and Evo as they pass through zone. Not quite. They're probably going to both go into the pits together. Yes, they are. It is the battle of the pit crew. Oh, they almost hit each other. But luckily, the AI took control there. So let's go on board with Veloce Surprise as he goes through the Hannah Straight. And we're going to see where Evo and Simon go out in relation to Veloce Surprise, who was our race leader. So we'll have to wait and see. Simon and Evo onto a set of mediums then. So everyone has pretty much pitted that they needed to. Let's see where we go. Surprise coming across the final corner now. Joe saying the fast lap of the Grand Prix so far with a 1:29.1. Veloce Surprise. Oh, that was ever so close. That was ever so close between Simon. The two McLarens, I think, jumped Evo as well. So Evo probably not had the pit stop that he would have wanted. But Surprise, very good pit stop that he had, and that helped him. And the two McLarens have jumped the Mercedes of Evo, and the two McLarens are fighting side by side. They pushed off the circuit pretty much of Simon there. Simon right on the back of Joe, going through the long straight coming up here. There are different versions of this circuit, which a few of you guys might know from iRacing as well, if you're racing either in GTEs or endurance leagues as well. So going through Maggots and Beggars, you did know actually that in iRacing, this is actually set to 1 in iRacing, these turns. So, interesting little fact there, for those of you that don't know. I used to play iRacing a lot, but I don't tend to anymore because I don't have the time. But anyway, let's get back to the race. As we've got Melanie and Apex Aero still to pit. But don't forget, they started on the medium tyres. Meanwhile, let's look at the battles which are happening midway through the field. We've got Pinecone on LCR Leopard then, going through the straight and about to approach Cox. We're starting to see fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap develop here as well. And as the track evolves, then I won't be surprised if we see that as well. We're starting to see a few glimpses of sun popping out as well. And Pinecone almost having a little bit of a look there, going into the middle of sector 1, but not quite. He could challenge them again as well. He's looking good so far, but Rosberg's dropped his way down the order. Rosberg is down to P13. His teammate P1R Brown is in 9th place. I will give you a rundown of the standings once everybody has pitted. So we'll wait for Melanie and Aero's pit before I give you an update on the standings. And speaking of Apex Aero, he's got a 3-second time penalty. So I probably jinxed him in a bad way there, but there we go. Looks like Pinecone was not going to make a move on Leopard, but he could soon. But meanwhile, another battle that we could potentially see as well could be between Morso and P1R Brown. They've been fighting quite a lot last season, also this season as well. Go through the Hanger Straight. Morso is going to get DRS. He almost looked for a move there, but Brown covers it off quite nicely there and shuts the door. Morso's going to get another opportunity. Oh, that is really, really intense stuff for the pair of them, but keeping it clean, which is very good to see in this tier. I think Morso gets a jump on Brown. Morso now up into 9th. Brown's also got VSR and Famous on the back of him as well. Maybe VSR and Famous could look for the lunge as well, possibly. Possibly not. Rosberg getting a penalty as well. I'm not going to say anything more about penalties for the front runners, because if I do say that, they're probably going to get them. So, and I am known for jinxing on the AOR channel, and I don't really want to know to be a jinxer again. Even though I don't commentate on AOR as much, I only commentate when I need to. Oh! There goes P1R Brown there. A little bit of contact between Morso and Infamous. He's dropped it going in to, almost going into the Wellington Straight there. Actually, no, it's going through Luffield, actually. I need to get my turn now going through the Wellington Straight. So he's now in last then. That's costed him dear right now, which is a shame. But do Morso and Infamous have any damage? Morso's left the session. So Morso has disconnected. So he might have had a lag spike or something. But let's jump let's get out of Morse's way for a minute and see what other battles we've got. Pinecone. Leopard is having another look. Pinecone getting the move on Leopard. Pinecone in to 7th place. They keep switching positions. Leopard might have another look in at the next straight, going towards the start-finish straight. These tyres have got to make it to the end now, so they can't push too hard because otherwise they could get punches, but they have been practicing quite a lot today, and you never know, they might surprise us. For those of you in the chat, let us know your thoughts on who you think has been your standout driver so far. I'm actually going to check the chat because I haven't actually checked the chat for a long time. Now, well, someone said in the chat that someone had a red telemetry and that might be Evo. Let me just check actually if he's had any damage. I don't think he has. No, he's not. I don't know why that red spanner popped on Evo telemetry, but I don't know. It might have been someone else, I don't know. But anyway, Morso drops it because I think Beefer goes past Morso in the Renault. No, but Morso in the Williams and Beefer in the Renault. So where is Joe? Oh, Simon. Okay, Joe got past Simon there. We weren't following that. So that is good to see. But meanwhile, Evo is right on the back of Simon, actually. He's going to have another look into Vale. There's a really, really tight train for pretty much the battle of the net lead. The Lot Chaser Prize is in the net lead in this race so far, with Joe and Net second, Simon and Net third place. Let's see what Evo can do now. He can get DRS, but he's not going to make the move on Simon yet. So at the moment, we've got a Mercedes, 2 McLarens, then a Mercedes. For the first time this season, McLarens have split the Mercedes by quite some margin. Not quite some margin, but not just 1 McLaren, but 2 McLarens. Very good to see as well. We've got yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, that's Frangwish, I think. He spun it. Oh, that's a nasty place to have a spin there. I think he's taking the off-road there a little bit, so he'll have to go into the... has he got any damage? I can't really tell because it's not showing me the right camera at the moment, so... yeah, I don't want you... there we go. I don't think he has, though. But it's not going to do any tyres any good. So, lap 15 of 26, we're pretty much halfway into this Grand Prix. It's getting very, very intense already with how they're managing their tyres. It's not as hot as you would have expected, but it is typical British weather. It doesn't get hot very often, except we had that massive heat wave last summer, which was pretty good actually. I think it was actually a heat wave in Silverstone in real life as well. We've got yellow flag in sector 2. Melanie and Aero are going into the pits, that's probably why. And also rejoined, but he's left the session, so hopefully someone could grab him and invite us. Melanie and Apex Aero do go into the pit lane, so that means Veloce Surprise is now in the race lead with Joe in second. Joe's going to definitely have some fighting talk on Veloce Surprise. I won't be surprised that his expectation is to win, win, win. He hasn't won this season. The only people that has won is Veloce Surprise and Evo. Can Joe break those 2 winning streak as Frangwish has retired from the session? Not quite sure what happened with Frangwish, but there we go. As it's looking like some great battles from AOR Frangwish, but unfortunately it was not meant to be right now. As I think Simon is closer to Joe right now, and Joe is the surprise. Joe has really got to get a move on because Simon is a lot faster than Joe right now by the looks of things. So will there be team orders? Will Joe be forced to let Simon through and see if Simon can get past Surprise, or will it be the same? Actually, though, Joe's finding even more time at the moment going through Stowe, so things could change there. Surprise has pretty much been in the lead from start to finish. He's been controlling the race from the start, but he hasn't had the easiest of races because obviously he's had a lot of battles to try and defend, and he's been defending really well. Meanwhile, CLG Evo 2 tenths behind CLG Simon, so I wonder, I think Evo, to be honest, is looking for these guys to make a mistake. Now, Evo and Simon pitted 2 laps earlier than Veloce Surprise and OMG's Joe. So, they're probably going to struggle less towards the end than the 2 guys up front. So watch out for these 2, because they're usually very good on their tyre wear. Remember China, the mediums lasted for quite a bit, but the virtual safety car definitely did help there. It was round 3, I think, of the championship that it did happen. So Evo's still on the back of him right now. I'm just trying to see if there's any other battles going on that we could possibly follow. We've got Leopard on Pinecomb. Now, if any of you want an update on the penalties, I will give you them. And since I'm the only one commentating, you'll probably have to see the penalties as well, because usually I get the one who's actually commentating to check them. But obviously I can't do that today, which is a shame. But, you know. And we'll see where Leopard is in relation to Pinecone. I'm just going to see also the fastest laps of the Grand Prix so far. Just give me a moment. Fastest lap so far is set by CRG Simon with a 1:28.6, compared to Surprise 1:28.8, OMG's Joe 1:28.6, and with CRG Evo with a 1:28.6 as well. So Simon and Evo pretty much even level on pace at the moment. So that's probably why Evo is struggling to overtake Simon, because Simon is up there with Evo at the moment. Evo can't afford to be at this position right now, because that's going to give Surprise a huge lead, because at the moment they are level on points. If the standings stay as they are, it will be Veloce Surprise that leads Evo by quite some margin as well. And Jason I7F1 in P8, he's doing quite well. And he's got Rosberg in P9. I'm just going to check quickly the gap between them. That is 1.8 seconds. Rosberg is to Jason. 1.1 Jason is to VSR and Famous. But look at Joe. Joe's right on the back of Veloce Surprise, and Evo is right on the back of Simon as well. I don't know which battle to follow really, but since this is the battle for the lead, I'm probably going to follow that first. But Evo is looking for any of the guys to make a mistake. Who is the closest right now? I think Evo is closer to Simon right there, going through into turn 2 and 3. All of them not making too much mistakes here and running very, very level at the moment. They are going to go through the end bit of sector 1 here. They've got 7 laps to go. It is all or nothing here. It is not over until the checkered flag falls. It's not about where you start, it's where you finish. So even if you gain quite a few positions in the first few laps, if you bottle it towards the end, that won't work for you. So these guys have got to take every moment. Got to make the most of every opportunity, and that's what these guys are doing right now. So meanwhile, because we're about 6 laps left, or well, 6 or 7 laps left of this Grand Prix, let's give a rundown of the standings so far. So Veloce Surprise is leading Joe by 3/10 of a second now, with Simon in 3rd and Evo in 4th. We've got Pinecone in 5th place, 2 seconds behind. We've got LCR Leopard in 6th. We've got VSR in Famous in 7th. Jason I7F1 in 8th. CRL Rosberg in 9th. And P1R Brown rounds up your top 10 at the moment, as we've got a battle pretty much for 12th. It's side by side. It's batters action anyway, as Pinecone gets another time penalty. AOR, a very good lunge from Melanie there. Zero is now up into 12th. I wonder if Melanie's going to go back at him towards the start-finish straight. Probably not, but let's find out. No, not quite. Not a lot of people are making moves in turn 1 tonight, which is very cautious of them. For those of you that want an update on retirement, unfortunately, Amaze retired quite early on, and Fangwish, but everybody else has managed to stay out of trouble pretty much the whole race, and it's quite a few people that could be on potential for the points. Gio thumbs in the chat saying that he's liking the trains he's seen for the podium. I am liking it as well. It's pretty much a train for the win, to be honest. It's pretty much been all race. So could we see a last lap battle? That'll be good. Britain always brings out some good races in AOR, and today has been no exception, really. And let's actually jump back to the lead battle. Joe, not quite enough at the moment to get the move off for Launch A Surprise. Very intense. Now, we've got 5 laps to go of this Grand Prix. I know I've been asking predictions a lot in the chat, but out of the top 4, who's going to come out on top? But here comes Simon on Joe. Ooh, big squeeze almost from the pair of them, but looks like Simon had the edge on Joe. Simon is now up into P2. Now Simon's going to see if he can challenge for Launch A Surprise for the win. Can he make it 2 wins from 2 this week, like he did in the esports tournament on Tuesday? He's chasing for Launch A Surprise. Joe is still chasing Simon. Evo's closing up to Joe now, so maybe Joe must be struggling. I did say towards the end of the race, the ones that have been on the tyres the longest will probably struggle the most. And one of them is OMG It's Joe. So that's going to give Evo a little bit of advantage in the Mercedes. My voice is dying right now. There's been so much action. It's absolutely crazy. It's been great. I think every race in Xbox One F1 has been great to watch. And we're already halfway through the season. People can't afford to make any more mistakes, because otherwise the championship for them will be over more than it's even begun, really. So Evo's still on the back, but look, let's jump right back onto Infamous and Jason. Infamous having a little bit of a mistake there as he goes through Vale. I think that's allowed Jason to gain P7 off of Infamous. Infamous now 2 tenths behind Jason. He could get another opportunity. Jason having a little bit of a twitch as well. Jason right on the front as well. Maybe it could be in the next few corners they could get it done as well. The next chance will be at the Wellington Straight, which will be pretty soon as well. Now I'll just check the chat quickly as well, and I was going to check penalties, but I don't really want to, as this battle for the lead is pretty much still going on, and I'm scared if I go to penalties and check how many people have got penalties, then, oh no! For Launch A Surprise, I haven't seen this coming in a while, but Launch A Surprise has got a 3-second time penalty. That is huge for Launch A Surprise right now. That's going to allow Simon to challenge for the win. Let's see. Simon is going to try and look into Stone now. Not quite at the moment. Simon must be feeling really, really excited right now if he could possibly get the move on Surprise there. Surprise really needs to get back in that rhythm if he wants to do this. I don't think he's going to be 3 seconds clear of everybody else, so I think what his engineers have been telling Surprise is to push, push, push. But let's see what Simon is going to look through. Oh, there's a little bit of a touch almost from the pair of them. Joe's right behind him as well. Joe's trying to have a little look on Simon. This is crazy. Evo must be loving this at the back. He's looking for any of the guys to make mistakes. Look, let's look on Simon and Launch A Surprise going through the end of sector 1. Oh, this is very, very tight between the pair of them. Who's going to come out on top here? Simon has the edge at the moment going through the straight. And Simon takes the lead of the British Grand Prix. Who would have thought it? Surprise is not going to give up though. But he's got OMG It's Joe right behind him as well. But look at Evo. Evo, he's looking to pounce as well on Joe. We've got 4 more laps to go. Oh my word, this is insane. Actually, 3 more laps to go soon. But you know, this is insane right now. And look, Surprise is going to have another move again going for into Stowe. And Surprise gets the lead back again. But look, Simon is going to get the switchback. Is he actually really going to get the switchback? Here he goes through Vale. Yes, he does. Whoa, what a move from CRG Simon. These two have been fighting ever so clearly right now, and it's good to see. OMG Joe is going to have another look on Veloce Surprise. I think Veloce Surprise, if he pit in a lap later than Evo, then he might have had a chance on the win here. But unfortunately, not going to work out here. This is really, really intense. Meanwhile, Pinecone. I don't think Pinecone is going to catch up to Leopard soon, but it probably will be towards the end. But let's go ball with Evo right on the tail of OMG. It's Joe right now going towards. Let me just check my trap map to see if I've got the right corners, because it is the Wellington straight coming up, also known as the National Pit Straight. Then going through Cops now. All four of them, all very tight together. I haven't seen this much action for the lead in ages. I've seen two people battle for the lead for most of the race, but I haven't seen four people be so close to each other. This is awesome stuff. I'm glad I've had a little bit of AOR dose tonight, because this is insane. And we also got Leopard and Pinecone looking for a move into so as well. Leopard dives it in. And look at Pinecone now, he's on the attack right now, going side by side as well. But Leopard tries to cover him off quite nicely there. I really don't want this race to end. This is, oh my God. Oh my God. Veloce Surprise now a 10th behind Simon now. But I don't think it's going to make any difference, because I don't think Simon has any penalties at all. Evo once again having another look on Joe. Evo doesn't have any penalties either. Sally thinks that it could be a four-way crash and Leopard for the win. Well, you never know in this type of races. You never know, but we'll see. Geofilm said this is like Silverstone 2018 with the two Mercs and two Ferraris, but this time it's the two McLarens and the two Mercedes. Yeah, that is right, to be honest with you. Last year, Vettel did get the win in Silverstone. So it is turning like real life as everyone goes past the ghosted car of Morso. That might not help ever so slightly on them, but we shall see. We are almost going to the final lap of this race. If you have just joined in, where have you been? But we are about to see some great battling for the win. You just don't know. I think the last few races we know who's going to win on a few laps ago, but this race it's not. It's pretty much a battle for the win and a battle for the podium, as Simon is about to start. Well, it's started the final lap of this race. Leopard is not that far behind Pinecone either, and he's going to try and make a move in sector one. So it could be a battle for fifth as well. But meanwhile, on the back, the two Renaults are fighting as well between Beefer and Melanie as well. All this contact between the two Renaults. Oh no, Surprise has left the session. Surprise has left the session. What has happened to Veloce Surprise? No, that has came at a worse time for Veloce Surprise. He was in P2. So instead, oh my God, this has turned right on its head right now. Pinecone goes ahead of Surprise. I won't be surprised if Leopard goes past. I hope Surprise joins back by the end of the session. That puts Surprise up and down into P6 now. He was leading. He was going to win. And now, a Mercedes 1-2 is at the moment, it's going to turn into a McLaren 1-2. Luckily, Veloce Surprise has joined, but I think it's going to be too little, too late for Veloce Surprise. I feel gutted for him, because no one wants to lose a race like that. But here we go. Simon goes through Vale. Where is Evo compared to Joe? They're all going to come across the line. Here we go. Who's going to win? It is CRG Simon that takes the win. It is 2 for 2. He won in esports on Tuesday. He's won in AOR Hype Energy F1 Leagues today. And it is not a Mercedes 1-2. It is a McLaren 1-2. They have beat the Mercedes winning streak Simon has been our first different winner, apart from obviously Evo and Surprise. Wow, what a race! What a race between the top 4 especially. Incredible. You can probably tell my voice is about to die. But oh my word. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But here we go. Here is Simon who takes the win. I think Joe would have had him in there if he had a few more laps. But, you know, it was tight. It was very, very tight. So, we've had, there was people in the chat hoping for a United Kingdom podium, a British podium, but not tonight. We have 2 Germans in the podium and a Brit. So a German has won the Silverstone British Grand Prix, just like in real life, like last year. So, here we go. Here is your standings right now. This Simon that takes the win with Joe in P2, Evo in 3rd, Leopard in 4th, Pinecone in 5th, Surprise in 6th, Jason 97 F1 in 7th. And we've covered quite a few penalties down the field already. Infamous in 8th, Brown in 9th, Rosberg in 10th, Melanie in 11th, Apex Error in 12th, Beefer 13th, and your last of the finishes is Morso in 14th. Not the best of races for him down in 14th, but your non-finishers is AOR, Franglish and ESR and Maze. Now, I'm going to get Discord open and see if any of the guys are available for interview. Usually Joe is, and usually Evo is, so it'll be interesting to speak to them. But if they're not available, that's fine. My voice is about to die anyway, so my voice needs a rest, to be honest. Right, I'm going to get in the box because we do have someone waiting for interview. So I'm going to get my desktop. There we go. So, and I'm actually going to switch around to the scenes. There we go. That is all sorted. So, I'm going to drag OMG It's Joe in the chat. I'll be interested to see how he feels. So there we go. I'm going to drag him in there. So no sign of Simon there, but we still got our P2. Oh yeah, we do have Simon as well. I'll also drag him as well. We possibly will get Evo at some point as well. There we go. We got both of them there. So Simon, you did it on Tuesday and you done it today as well. Tell me, how does it feel? Simon, you there? Oh, wait a minute. It might be my mic's playing up. Hold on a second.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. No, that's all right. I'll ask the question again. You got you won esports on Tuesday, and then you done the double here tonight. Tell me, how does that feel? That battle must have been intense for you.
Actually incredible. I mean, the race was crazy. I mean, starting off, I had no DRS in qualifying. My final run, so I started 5th, and I was quite annoyed at that. But I just decided to, keep my head down and try my best. Had an insane start. Like, I think I got up to 2nd. Then lost to Joe after the pit stops, which was, in my opinion, quite a hard move, to be honest, Joe. Not gonna lie, but fuck it. Yeah, and then got Josh somehow and won. I mean, incredible. And I ran out of fuel and air as well, like in lap 20. It was quite an up and down race. It's quite an adventure, yeah. So I'm pretty happy.
Because you seem to be challenging Joe and also Evo as well, and you were pretty much battling all through the race. Did you think you were going to have the jump there, or were you just taking it lap on lap?
I'm not sure what you mean, like the jump, after the pit stops?
Yeah, after the pit stops, yeah.
No, I just didn't want to get held up. I saw a Ferrari, I think it was Pinecone, like 2.5 seconds behind me, and that's like bad window because that car might hold you up. So I just decided to stay out longer because of the Ferrari, yeah.
Yes, indeed, and you're the first person to win out of the, apart from the two Mercedes as well, to beat that streak, and you also got that McLaren 1-2 with Joe in second as well, and
Oh, really?
Joe got P2. So,
Amazing.
you must be pretty relieved with that. When you saw Surprise drop a few places, did that put a bit of less pressure towards the end there?
I was kind of annoyed for him because I didn't know what happened. He left the lobby. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean you don't want to see things like that, So no, I wasn't happy about the
yeah.
fact that he disconnected.
I think pretty much most of the chat can agree. I think with you and me as well with that as well. So yes, and you're gonna probably use this momentum going into Germany, which is your home Grand Prix. You upset the British today for taking the win from them. Are you going to possibly do the same in Germany, but this time for your home Grand Prix?
I'll try my best.
You're looking on form this week as well. Keep up the good work and good race from you.
Appreciate it.
Second place, OMG, it's Joe. Very, very close towards the end there. But we're battling pretty much for the whole race. Were you expecting the win, or was P2 the best for you?
I don't think P2 was the best for me. Simon mentioned that I did a bad move on him, which at the time, was a bit dodgy. Sorry about that, but I think he got me back with a similar sort of way. But yeah, it was a really intense race. I knew my pace around here was going to be competitive at least, but my, that was a lot closer than I ever expected. And yeah, it was a shame for Josh disconnecting because I think he had a penalty, so he probably would have finished fourth anyway.
Yeah.
But the way his car kind of got in the way, the disconnected car, it kind of like blocked me for like 3 or 4 attempts, and that kind of like blocked me any chance of launching a last lap attack on Simon, even though it would have been almost impossible to anyway. Yeah, P2, McLaren 1-2, I'm quite happy.
And you also had Evo catching up to you for most of the race as well. Were you a bit under pressure then?
Yeah, that like it was about lap 20 or so, and I was just begging for it to end because like when you have the likes of Simon and Evo behind you, the two out of well, some of the quickest guys in the game, you're under a lot of pressure. But at the same point, they've got their racecraft is quite good anyway, so I know I'm not gonna lose my front wing most of the time when I'm battling them. So yeah, I was shaking for a little bit, not well at the start because it was so damn close, and I kind of got messed up with all the start, like got pushed wide and everything. But yeah, just relieved to get the car home and in P2.
You seem very recovered as well. We've got about 4 rounds to go of this championship. Germany is next. What are your hopes for this time? 'Cause you haven't got a win this season. Do you think you can get a win in Germany and possibly try and challenge Simon and possibly the two Mercedes as well?
On the track, I think I can get a win at Germany potentially, especially like the DRS and everything. But to be honest, I reckon I'll pick up too many time penalties to be P1. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, really.
Thank you very much, Joe, and also for your podium. I don't think we got Evo in the chat, so I think that's it for the podium interviews. So that is it for Xbox One F1. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all our sponsors as well. My voice is pretty much gone now, so luckily you'll have Andy back in the commentary box next week, and I'll be back doing streaming, but it was a pleasure filling in for him this week. We will see you next week for the German Grand Prix. Can the McLaren boys respond to the Mercedes like they did tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching, and make sure you tune into the America Leagues tonight later on. But until then, have a good evening, everybody, and good night.